That's right, we're back. We're back to working on a 1971 C10 in Spanish gold. I'm gonna try and finish up this rear end stuff today. If everything goes right, we're gonna get our drag link in. Are those drag links? Yeah, I already messed up. No, we're gonna stay right here. Our panhard bar, some drive. It's adjustable. We're gonna get that in. We're gonna put in this brake line with a T. I'll show you that. It's interesting too. And then if we have time, we're going to put in that pinion seal. I really want to get that done and show you how I do that, because there's stuff in there, a lot of math. I don't play with the rear ends, I don't deal with those, but to put that seal in, you have to take the knuckle off. Here, you see me take it apart. I'm going to show you how to put it back together. Right or wrong, it's how I do it. But it'll give you an idea. And then, yep, all this today. We'll try and get that drive shaft put back in here. That's still hanging over there and I meant to take down before I started this video. Alright, got my blue gloves on, and probably dirt in my head. We're going to get right to work. Where do we start? How about this adjustable panhard bar? Here we go. Right. Yeah, one goes one way, one goes the other. I'm going to get you in there so you can see a little better from where you're at. So take one. Or I should have said jump cut one. In, out, back and forth. Okay, left or right. It doesn't say left or right on it. I don't know that it matters. And here's why. When you get this in here, you're going to just turn this to go back and forth. So it's not going to matter which one's where. At least I don't think it does. Did I ever tell you guys, I meant to tell you guys a little story about how I'm not a mechanic. Yeah, you probably figured that out by now. Alright, this is, if I don't drop everything, the 15/16. That's my favorite farm wrench. When in doubt, when you're working on a farm, if you see a bolt and you don't know what size it is, head right to the 15/16. It'll probably be correct. I probably should have ran a die on them threads first. Spend the rest of my life working on one thing. I can't help myself, okay? But I didn't do it today. So that's going to slip right, it did slip right on there. Is there a washer goes in there? Because I don't have one. I bet I should have, there is one. Right here. I had it sitting on the tire. Good place to put it. Or in a baggie, which I'll show you that later. Always me and my later. Alright, let's get that tightened. Now, I guess you could hook them both up before you tighten them. That's always a good habit. But in this particular case, I don't believe it's going to be a problem. If it is, then you guys are going to see it be a problem. So we'll just get under good and snug. Then we'll go tight. And then we'll go, yep, tom tight. Right there, yep. The other end should go just as easy because I bought a new bolt. Make it easy on myself. And you guys. This is an easy job. I thought, why not do it on camera? Now, if I got the nuts loose, and I do, you should be able to just twist this center and get it to line up where you want it, if you turn it the right direction. I know you can't see this side. It's just kind of like, there's a bolt. I don't know if you call it a bolt, but yeah, it's a bolt. On that side, and then this side there's a cup, if you will, that it slides into really easily. No, not always easily. Yep, this time. I know your hand's on a hammer. I hear you. Just hang on. I was barely bumping it. Alright, now. I heard that squeak. Normally that would tell me to put oil on it, but I don't know. I'm only going to turn the thing once, and I ain't going to be the one to do it. Yep, it didn't go right in there. Why would it? So, give me a second. I'll get out of here. Old man grunt. I might have to grab one of them fancy hammers I told you about. So, jump cut 2. I'm back with the dead blow hammer. I choose this because it's, well, it's a soft plastic. Won't chip my paint. And it hits nice and solid, so. You can't see, I know, because I can't see either. Oh, like I was showing off. Now, does the bolt go that way or that way? Yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, it might matter. I'm sure I'm doing it wrong, but it's great for me. So nice having a new bolt. I know, it's a couple dollars here, a couple dollars there. It adds up, but it's nice to put a new bolt on when you can swing it. Now, somebody's probably saying right now, I only have one wrench. How are you going to get that tight? I don't have that answer. I got the answer right here. It's called a monkey wrench. As soon as I find out I can't, I won't. But I guess it's my garage. I can. All right, that's tight. How tight do you need it? Yup. It's on tight. Except that I'm going to have to do the reachy over pull on the left hand. No wonder my shoulders hurt when I sleep at night. Wait a minute, got to hold that one. Oh, you guys are watching. I'm making me look stupid. How tight do you do this one? Huh? I don't know. It's got a metal swivel in there, right? I don't know. I want Tom tight. It'll be fine. I worry about everything. You shouldn't worry about everything. Well, that was good and easy and fun. Let's move on to that brake line. Because I had trouble with it, you might have trouble with them. I'll show you real quick. I'm not counting jump cuts anymore. You do it. I might not even cut this one. I don't always know. We'll see if you can see. So, what you have here is this bracket that goes on welded onto the axle. And it has a bolt went through it. I don't remember if it's caged originally, but it was broken. So I had to beat it out of there. I saved you the misery. So here's your hose that goes from the rear brake. Well, it's for the rear brake, but it's your T on both sides. And then this bolt hole is for the bolt hole. And then you get a bolt for the hole. So let's do that. Now, normally I would use my favorite bolt. If you remember, it's a 1/4 but that wouldn't be big enough for this job. So what we're going to do, now this line is a certain way to kink it. So it goes like this, not like this. Although, I mean, it would work. I'll show you. So loud. Bolt from the bottom, at least that's what I'm doing. And then this goes in that clamp, and then there's 2 fingers to keep it from spinning left or right. I don't think it would anyway, but they were worried about it, so they did it. And we'll grab that one will be on the floor. Gravity's our friend. So a 1/2 wrench. Let me get back down here on my knees. You just snug that on there just a little bit. It doesn't have to be too terribly tight. That'll be tight. So now here's your hose. I know the brake line's in the way, but that's going to fit in there. These pre-ments that don't, yeah, we're not going to talk about that. I'll make them fit later. Yep, I said it already again, later. What you want your hose to do, because the line's in here where you can't see it, but you want that to go in on that line. I'll hold it there. Well, I'll thread it on. Let me thread it on. Unfortunately, there's one of them. Remember last week, and if you didn't watch the show, there's a clip that goes in this groove right here. And there's a clip already in that groove. So it's a little different, but it's much the same. That one's, anyway, that got cut out with the C-notch. So that bracket is not there anymore. So I might have to buy one of those, but I'm not going to keep you guys in suspense waiting for that. I'll just do it. Yep, later. But there's what you're looking at. You want your line to kind of get a whoopie-doo, and you don't want it touching the shock. Which, by the time you get that tightened up, if you see, I'll do it with my hand. You tighten that, I know that's annoying. You tighten that up, and then it won't hit anywhere, but the suspension can still go up and down. So that's what you're after with that brake line. And then this here, I'll route this and that one to go in the sides. I'll bring it back and just show you that when I'm done. We're not going to fight through all that today. Okay, so the next thing is going to be our pinion seal. So I'll run you over and show you what I bought. And then I'll run you back and show you how I put it in. Mess here, but this is what I bought. This is a Norman. And the number is H36684, if you care. And then this is the pinion seal. Now this is a coast to coast. I don't know, it's the brand they gave me. You can read that one, right? I'm not going to read off all that to you. I can't hardly see it myself anyway. I don't know, is it going to focus? There, you had your chance. So here's the seal. Just like the one I took out. And it looks just as nice as the one I took out, except, yeah, you guys remember I bent the one I took out. So there's the new one. Let me run you back over it. I'll show you how we beat the living tar out of that and get it in there. And hopefully not bend it up again. Okay, now we're getting to the fun part. Now when I was off camera, I'll run a little of my leftover grease around that, just so it doesn't start off dry. It'll have plenty of lube once it gets running. Let me get back into my favorite spot. Can't wait till I'm done with this. I bet you can't wait till I'm done with this. Oh, no, that didn't hurt that bad. All right, okay. See, I don't need to see. So this seal, rubber side in. Now, do you put goop on yours? Should I put goop on mine? I don't know. I never did before. That's what that red stuff's on there for. I guess if you don't trust it, you should put some goop on there. But I know what I'm gonna do. Get a paper towel and make for another jump cut. But you won't even know it, so. Okay, against my better judgment, I'm gonna trust that that surface is fine. It feels fine. Why wouldn't it be fine? Somebody been in there beating on it? I don't know. It's cast iron, isn't it? I don't know. We could always do it again. Because it's so much fun. Is that what I want to do? That don't seem right, but it's going to be right. Yep, spring goes in the inside, so we're right. I'm not at a good angle, so just tolerate me, would you? I try to do as much work off camera as I can, but, you know, I thought maybe you guys want to watch me struggle, frog around under here. This is how everybody does it, I'm sure. See, it's got a flange on it, so you can beat on it. I don't know if that's why it's there. But it's, oops. You kind of want to catch it on the flat spot. I don't mean this flat spot, that flat spot. Near the inside. Way hard to bend that way. It's certainly going in hard enough. I'm coming out of here. I ain't standing here. That's uncomfortable. I'm stuck. No, for real. All right, I'm out. I got out. I was gonna have to phone a friend or something. Yep, I said it. I threw it in there. Always a movie or a show. Every time. Phone a friend. You already heard it. Am I blocking your view? You can't see all I'm doing is hitting it. Nice and easy. Down the circles. Try to do it even. You don't have to count the strokes. I do. That was 2, that was 1. Yeah, I shouldn't have told you that. Now you should hear it when it gets solid. And it may not fit like up tight like you think it should, but as long as you get that solid hit, that sounds pretty solid. All right, how much farther could it go? It's seated in there. All right, now we're getting to the tricky part. Where does this go? All right, one of you people, out of the 16 of you that are watching, one of you people probably figured when I took this off, I didn't mark it. I said mark it, because it doesn't matter. Now, somebody's going to say it matters. Well, if it mattered, they'd put a large key in there so you couldn't put it in wrong. So this could go just about anywhere on there you want to. But just to make sure I'm not wrong, I should wipe that out too. Because that's the inside seal. I'm going to stick it in the transmission first. I think that's got a key or a large spline in there. There's a larger spline. And that that will dictate where this goes. Now, whether it's the way it originally was or 180, I'm telling you folks, it doesn't matter. Now you can argue it matters. That's okay, you can do it your way. Lots of people mark these, and I don't for one reason. This part is not a balanced part with that next part, nor is it timed with that part. When they assembled it, there was a box of these and a box of those, and they just put them together. Now some people will even mark their U-joint, so they put them back in the same orientation. Well, if you replace the U-joint, that isn't going to matter for balance purposes. And when they balance a drive shaft, you don't send them the rear end, you don't send them this part, they balance the drive shaft. Has nothing to do with this part. So do as you will, argue if you want, just tell you my logic. So let's get that drive shaft put in there. Jump cut 27, whatever, for whoever's counting. Okay, now I'm gonna prove this doesn't matter when I start this truck up and drive it one of these days. If it shakes and shimmies going on the road, I'll tell you guys that I was wrong, but it ain't gonna happen. Yeah, that's just gonna slip right in there. It's not gonna be any trouble at all. It's not gonna fight me one bit. No, this is easy. Anybody can do it. I make everything look hard. Don't worry about it. Just don't want to scratch my paint. That can be touched up, right? Then we'll put that carrier bearing back on there. All right, there we go. This is the part you get to see. I'm gonna climb under there. I should take the camera with me, but I probably won't. Because it's not fun underneath here. I lowered the truck. Why? Because, I don't know, it seemed like fun. I'm going to leave you here. I'm going to do that part. You can fast forward or whatever you want to do. We'll see how long this takes me. Shouldn't be but a second. Yeah, just going to take a second. I can't hardly, maybe I ate too much this week because it seems like there's less room under here. Oh, I'm going to get dirty. My chest is rubbing. You guys just gonna watch or you gonna help? I'm just kidding. Alright, wipe the yoke off real quick before you put it in. Yep. Don't want any more dirt in there than I already got in there. It pulled out way easier than it's going back in. Oh. I know you don't think you can see, but there ain't nothing to see in here anyway. Just, yeah, you get to see the fun side. I promise. That's it. It's in there, just like that. Just did I bump you? I'm sorry. There's no extra room down there. All right. Boy, oh boy, if you like to watch an old guy flog around and sweat, this would be the week to do it. All right, I'm back with you here. Let's see where it told us to put that. I just stuck it in there. I didn't pay any attention. I don't even think it was keyed, like I told you, because I don't know what I'm talking about. So here we go. Could we? No, we better not. We'll do the carrier bearing last, so we have a little room to slide forward and backwards. At least that's my theory. Yep, that's not working. It came right out of there. Remember? Well, you don't want to just go right back in there. How did I do that? When you guys tell me how I did that, I thought that went farther. Not cooperating. Making me look stupid twice in one video. Alright, I'll get it in like this. It appears that this is going to have to go here. So we got our big wrench, because that's the one I got to fit. I still didn't grab my Loctite. I would like the Loctite. Now I know this is a interference fit nut, and you could hit that with a hammer, tighten them threads up a little more. But I got Loctite right here, sitting inside the frame. You didn't see it, because it wasn't time. But we'll put that in there. Yeah, you know what kind it is. The only kind I use. High strength removable. You can't use too much. You probably could, but it'll just run out on the ground. Or your fingers. Boy, I got that dirty. I'll have to wash that up off camera. Look at that. We'll get back on there. Alright, I'll put that right there for next week. So this is how I do it, and I've asked around, and this is how others do it. Get your big wrench. It don't have to be this big. Whatever you got that fits. I think I told you, but I'm an 1.8 inches. Yep, that's loud. And it's going to take a few cranks to get on there. But I'm going to make that look difficult too. We want to put it back where it was, but there's just no way to mark that thing. I got a ratchet that fits this, but that would really make a bunch of noise. I didn't think I had that many threads last week. Or was it 2 weeks ago? Whoa, she's starting to move. No, we ain't got her seated yet. Just till you feel the resistance of that crush washer. Because you still got a little play in and out. Which, you know, you gotta have some for the pinion. You don't want it too tight. Wear it out. That's feeling like it's snug. I'm gonna go a little more. I'm gonna say, boy, that went pretty easy. Uh-oh. I'm gonna better leave it right there. So there it is, super precise, but I got a little play. I'm 10 thousandths, maybe 11 thousandths, because I can tell. No, I can't. And then we'll put them caps on right here in this bag. But I probably won't keep you around for all that. I'm going to let you guys go. You got to see me do quite a bit of this work. It went pretty easy this week. I better quit while I'm ahead. Besides, I want to clean these up a little bit better than they are. Not that it really matters. And I got long ones and short ones, so I'll have to figure out what's going on with that. Thanks for coming this week. Appreciate it. I'll bring it back next week. We're going to work on the exhaust. I'm hopefully get some paint, but I told you there's problems with paint right now. So, oh, I do want to do that carrier bearing real quick. Just take a second. The carrier bearing. You know what? I might have to, yeah, I should just cut this all out. I might have to move that shaft in and out. Basically got new bolts for that too. Yeah, I'm gonna have to move it to tuck it under there. It just goes through here, and that has adjustments on it, which should be when it all gets bolted there, you tighten this down. That's it, we ran out of time. Thanks for coming, thanks for watching, thanks for being here. Appreciate all 16 of you, or 17. Take care, John. We'll see you, Ralph. Later, Joe. Who else was there? Susie, Heather, Carmen, Tom. Appreciate y'all. Oh, I gotta shut this thing off. All right, I'm gonna guess 3. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.